Hear how it all began. This was a chaotic, claustrophobic, and cinematic precursor. I've been a fan of this series since the very beginning. I still distinctly remember how excited people were that Krasinski and Blunt were working on a sci-fi horror film together. It was easily one of the most anticipated movies of 2018, and not only did it not disappoint, but it managed to exceed any and all expectations people may have had of it. In many ways, it changed the game for the genre as a whole, and also spawned a franchise in the process. Fast forward to 2020, and Part 2 eventually saw the light of day once it too was released to the masses. Jump ahead another 4 years, and we now have a prequel to the first two movies that chronicles the events leading up to those films. Unlike its two predecessors, Krasinski did not return to helm this third entry. Instead, he handpicked Michael Sarnowski, best known for Pig, to take over directing duties this time around. He serves as a producer and a co-writer only here. I wasn't worried about this transition ultimately because I trusted John to pass down the torch to somebody he truly believed in, and the trailers also looked incredibly promising. Hell, I was pretty much sold on all of it just after the initial teaser trailer dropped. It just had such an impact on me from the start. As far as franchise prequels go, this has to be hands down one of the best ones I've seen. Shifting the setting from rural New England farms to the densely populated streets of New York City was a bold choice and bold gamble that absolutely paid off, in my opinion. The moment the aliens crash land in the city is essentially burned into my mind forever now. An expertly crafted scene of confusion, chaos, and carnage all happening simultaneously to the point where it's just rapid, ruthless, and relentless in equal measure. It was as breathtaking a sequence as it was absolutely terrifying. Sarnowski has crafted a beautifully haunting film in the way he's able to show the fast decline of society and the startling detritus of civilization. Blood-soaked streets, burning vehicles, and crumbling buildings are just a few examples of how he sets the tone and stage for his story to play out. Lupita Nyong'o has proven herself to be a phenomenal actress time and time again, and here is no different. In a film light on dialogue as a whole, she communicates so many different emotions through her facial expressions and body language almost effortlessly. Without spoiling anything, she's dealing with her own mortality even before the world falls apart, and it makes for a deeply compelling character study. This is another incredible showcase for her immeasurable talent, and she rises to the challenge in every way. Joseph Quinn is also in top form here, having stolen the hearts of millions as Eddie Munson in the 4th season of Stranger Things. Quinn shows an entirely different side of himself here. Playing a law student from the UK, he's somebody who essentially has nobody to turn to in this crisis. Being from a different country, and eventually ends up crossing paths with Nyong'o's character out of desperate circumstance. Slowly, they form a friendship out of necessity, but also one based on trust and the fundamental need for a human connection. They do so much with so very little, and I found their unlikely bond to be incredibly poignant and deeply rewarding. In a movie where the simplest of sounds could get you killed in an instant, I found myself rooting for these two very quickly and very naturally. The movie delivers on the citywide destruction and creature violence that one would expect, but it also remembers to ground it in reality by following two human beings who are just trying to survive this horrific ordeal. The film works as a large-scale thriller greatly, but it also never forgets to bring all of it back to its central characters and their ongoing fight for survival. The picture moves at an excellent pace, clocking in at just 100 minutes, and the final 10 of those were an unexpected, emotional gut punch that had me in tears by the time the credits rolled. This is yet another masterfully crafted entry in the series, and I urge you to go out and see it as soon as you can, rent it, what have you. It's one of the best movies of 2023, remains so, and one that I have not forgotten since seeing it. I greatly look forward to part 3 within the next year or so. I trust that Krasinski is going to absolutely bring this home. I give A Quiet Place Day 1 4.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you so much for listening.